Number three thing you can do or way you can stop your own progress is the hunter mentality. The hunter mentality, typified in the Bible by Esau, is a point and kill mentality. Point and kill and eat. No predictable income, no predictable outcome in life. Nothing you're really working on. Taking on things as they come. Look at Genesis chapter 25, verse 27. Genesis 25, verse 27. It says, so the boys grew, and Esau was a skillful hunter, a man of the field, always out there looking for what to shoot down. But Jacob was a mild man, calculated, calm, dwelling in tents, at home, planning. Then you go to Genesis 27, look at the first 4 verses. Genesis 27. Now it came to pass when Isaac was old, and his eyes were so dim that he could not see, that he called Esau, his older son, and said to him, my son, and he answered him, here I am. Then he said, behold, now I am old, I do not know the day of my death. Now therefore please take your weapons, and your quiver and your bow, and go out to the field, and hunt game for me, and make me savory food, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless you before I die. He knew how Esau gets his game. He knows he must go out in the field and hunt. He said, go and get savory meat for me. Look at verse 9. Go now to the flock. Now, Rebekah is telling Jacob, who is in the house. He said, Rebekah tells him, go now to the flock and bring me from there 2 choice keys of the goats, and I make savory food from them for your father, such as he loves. Get it from the house there. Go to the backyard, get it. Verse 20. But Isaac said to him, now they made that savory meat while Esau was hunting. Isaac said to him, and Jacob brought it. Verse 20. But Isaac said to his son, how is it that you have found it so quickly, my son? And he said, because the Lord your God brought it to me. A hunter doesn't produce food that fast. So it was a surprise to Isaac. How did you get it quickly? It takes rigor. You don't even know whether you're going to find game or not. You don't know whether you're going to make a kill or not. So how did you get it this fast? Jacob said, because the Lord your God brought it to me. Look at verse 30. Now it happened as soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, and Jacob had scarcely gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. He now returned from his hunting. The man that should have been blessed an hour ago now returned from his hunting. What's the hunter mentality? Spur of the moment living. You're living on the spur of the moment. Sometimes people talk of eating from hand to mouth. Every need requires a hunt and a kill for you to meet that need. Hunt, kill, eat, and then hunt again for another meal. Always out there looking for something to meet a need, instead of cultivating something in the house. Always out there, whenever there is a need, you have to go out and begin to hunt how to meet it. Many jobs are monthly. That's point and kill. You point, you kill, you eat a meal. When there is another need for a meal, you go out, you see, you point, you kill. And many jobs are monthly point and kill. Many jobs. It's not just business alone. A monthly point and kill. It's a point and kill job you're working on if you're not a shareholder in that enterprise. Or your monthly income, your monthly earnings make little room for investment. It's point and kill. Every month you kill a salary. Kill the salary, bring it home, share it amongst these, go another month for another hunt. At the end of the month, there is another kill. And sometimes it doesn't meet the needs. Sometimes you have borrowed before the kill is made. So you're using it servicing debts. I see people that live like that. So before the kill comes in, it's already there to service debts. So you're just living on the spur of the moment. Many businesses are not businesses at all. They are not. Many of them are touting. They are touting, point and kill. Touting to meet immediate needs. Nothing plowed back and nothing to plow back into because there is no real business. Nothing to plow back to cultivate an enterprise. Coming into Festac, I saw many estate agents on point and kill. Point and kill. When estate agents, they can't even give you the right information on a building that said they want to market. And on one building or flat or apartment that is about to be rented, there are up to 10 agents on it. Okay, this is the principal agent. This one introduces this one. And then when there is a rent paid and the commission is paid, they share it and begin to hunt for another kill to be able to meet needs. In between is hunger. Why do you think it is said as hungry as a hunter? Why do you think it's said there as hungry as a hunter? Why? In between kills is hunger. And while you're hunting is hunger. That's why Esau came back from hunting very hungry and sold his birthright very cheap. He was hungry. He thought he was going to die. That's the plight of a point and kill person. A person with hunger mentality. A cousin of mine several years ago visited me. He used to ride commercial motorcycle, Okada. So when he visited me, he was talking of one of his friends that I don't know. And then he was talking of the funny things that his friend does, how the friend tries to outsmart him. But he talked of an instance when that his friend visited him. And so he came and he had nothing to offer him. So while he visited him, he told him to give him some minutes that he was coming. And he went out with his commercial motorcycle and he ran around for some minutes until he was able to make some money from some passengers. And then he used it to buy drinks and things he came back with to entertain his friend. Point and kill. Without that hunt, nothing in the house to serve a visitor. Point and kill. It's a problem. So a hunter depends on his skill and the availability or carelessness of a prey to make a kill for a meal. What if you go out and there is nothing you catch that day? It's not every day. There is an adage in my part of the world. They say that if the prey escapes today, tomorrow is another hunt. That's an actual adage. He said if the prey escapes today, there is another hunt tomorrow. So you're always hunting in order to meet a need. When there was a need for something to entertain his father with, Jacob had something in the house. Esau was hoping to get a prey from the field. The person that had it in the house, it was a walkover for him. It was a walkover. Just choose two. Bring them, I dress them. Before that man finishes hunting, we are done. And that's what happened. What's the solution? Learn to cultivate. Learn to nurture things. Learn to cultivate it. Learn to nurture things to grow. Nurture things to grow. A dream, a vision, a business. Nurture things to grow. Have it in your kitty, in your control. So when you need it, you just go there in the house, and get it and use it. Not that you have to take your motorcycle and go and hunt, even when you need to just buy drinks and whatever for your friend that has just visited. You must hunt to meet that need. Be on it daily. Cultivate something. Be on it daily. create a predictable source. Plant a tree. Proverbs 27, verse 23. Proverbs 27, verse 23. It says, be diligent to know the state of your flocks and attend to your hearts. Be on it. Cultivate something. Be diligent to know the state of your flocks and attend to your hearts. The question now is, do you even have a flock? Do you have a herd? Do you have herds? Do you have something you're nurturing? Esau didn't have. Jacob had. Is there something you're nurturing, a business you're nurturing to grow? Or are you on point and kill, thinking you're doing business, sweating? Every day you come back looking very ruffled. So Esau later learned to cultivate. Look at Genesis 33, verse 9. By the time Jacob was coming back from Padan Aram, and then that moment of meeting Esau that he feared, eventually him and Esau met. But because he wanted to appease Esau, he thought Esau was still angry and mad at him. He shipped a lot of flock, herds in advance to Esau to make him calm down. And then in verse 39, Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself. So while Jacob was absent, Esau must have sat back and said, how did this man beat me to it when it really mattered? And decided it was because he had things he cultivated in the house. And so Esau began to cultivate too. So if you see the flock among the number of livestock that Jacob sent to him, Esau was saying, no, I don't need this. I have enough. So he has learned to cultivate something, to nurture things in the house by this time. He eventually learned his lesson. So he realized where he made the mistake in the first place. That's the hunter mentality. Point and kill. Eat a meal, then hunt another day.